Welcome to Lane Turo University. My name is Conrad Layn. I'm a Turo Paros, and I'm going to share how you can actually have access to $10 million. Yes, 1000000. Big $10 million of financing that Turo has so beautifully articulated. And I follow the screen through, and I'm proving this is not clickbait. Let's dive right in. Follow me through. Thank you for following me through. As I promised, I'm going to share how you can actually get established up to $10 million worth of financing. Sounds unbelievable, but I'm going to prove it in this Turo article and the loan application page that I left in the description below. So don't take my word for it. Go through it yourself. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my time to go through some of the application, not the full applications. It's pretty time consuming, but totally worth it if you're looking for additional financing. You want to grow a mega fleet, or hey, maybe you're even looking just for one car, two cars, three cars, 10 cars, 100 cars, 1,000 cars. You can do it here. I've done plenty of videos on how to get $1 million of financing and for Turo cars and thus forth. So let's go right into this. Financing. Vehicle financing, custom designed for Paros. We will apply, but first I want to show you some of the frequently asked questions and some of the stipulations so that everything's 100% clear and transparent. As it states right there specifically, what does that say, people? To your right, get up to $10 million in financing. That is not clickbait. I promise it's not clickbait. It's absolutely true. Pretty phenomenal. And you're going to see how this is going to be done. This is directly being marketed from Turo. And as I mentioned, I left the Turo page for the Turo financing for up to $10 million in the description below. So don't take my word for it. Turo posted this. Anyways, grow your business with financing created for Turo hosts in partnership with trusted lending partners. Car loans, lines of credit, TRAC leases, which we've done plenty of videos on these, and refinancing specifically for car sharing are all available at competitive rates and terms. As it stipulates right there, apply today. Qualifying U.S. power hosts can finance additional vehicles or refinance existing loans with offers exclusively designed for car sharing. Apply to any lenders that match your eligibility. If approved, they'll reach out with a loan offer, rates, and terms. So these are some of the financiers that are offering Power Host up to $10 million of financing to build a mega fleet, or if you just need one car, 10 cars, 20 cars, 30 cars, doesn't matter how many you want or need, you can do this and be applied for, and you can apply for it. But even if you're not a Power Host, you'll want to pay close attention to this. So yes, if you're a Power Host like me, and you're one as well, this is definitely for you. But even if you're just a Turo host starting off, you'll still want to pay attention to this because you can still get financing yourself. Pretty cool. So watch and learn. So these are some of the stipulations for America First Credit Union. Registered business not required. That's pretty great right there. Host on Turo for 6+ months. 3+ vehicles listed when you apply. So that just means you have to have 3 vehicles at the time. And this is strictly for America First Credit Union, which is a credit union. Minimum FICO credit score of 640+. The next one, Westlake Fleet. Registered business for 6+ months. Host on Turo for 1+ year. 3+ vehicles listed when you apply. Minimum FICO credit score of 600+. On to the next, United Leasing and Finance. Registered business for 2+ years. Host on Turo for 2+ years. 50+ vehicles now, previously, or 6 months from now. Minimum FICO credit score of 650+. So clearly, it says 50+ vehicles now, previously, or 6 months from now. So I called each one of these. So what you might be surprised to know is a lot of these will work with you even if you're not a Power Host. You'll want to call. Again, nothing's guaranteed. There's different stipulations, different perspectives, different financial algorithms that are at play. And one person might be approved who has no cars and a regular host, and a Power Host could be denied. It could work vice versa as well. So call yourself. I did some of the footwork for y'all. But again, even if you don't go through these financiers, you go to your Capital One, you go to a bank or local credit union. Start getting out there. You don't always need a business to get this type of loan. That's typically usually in your first and last name and your social security number. Now, if you have a business as well, awesome. And guess what? If you have a business and you have your own personal name, now you get 2 different loans, one for your business and also one for yourself. That's a whole other strategy at play. But again, I digress. So here's some of the frequently asked questions before we get to the fun stuff for the application. How many lenders should I apply to? This is very important, and this is a general rule of thumb that you use at any banking institution or financier. So even if it's not these three that are stipulated, follow these rules and understand how the financial world works. You're welcome to apply to any lender you qualify for based on the criteria and the requirements. If you're approved by multiple lenders, you'll be able to choose the offer that best suits your needs. That's amazing. So that means there's really no cap. You can do what you want. If you're denied, you're denied. If you're approved, you're approved. Go out there, apply to these three. Doesn't hurt anyone. Even if you're not a par host, apply, see how it works out for you. And that's pretty much what it is. It doesn't really hurt. And you'll learn, and they'll state this here, the credit bureaus, there's three major credit bureaus: Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Per this article, you're going to see Turo's going to specifically state that within 14 days, all inquiries for credit in a car loan spectrum will count as one. So that means you get 1,000 different financing loans and apply for different financial institutions, and it'll all just count as one inquiry within 14 days per Experian. TransUnion, for example, could be up to 30 days. It's really cool once you start learning the rules here where it doesn't really hurt you, especially if it's going to count as one, but you want to make sure to have a strategy at play. On to the next. Do I need commercial car insurance? This is a good one. Listen very clearly to this. Yes, all these lenders require you to have commercial car insurance to cover your vehicle when it's not on a trip. Check out an affordable insurance option that's custom designed for Turo hosts. Now, this is huge, and let me explain why this is huge. I'm a par host, right? This is huge because a lot of banking institutions, the three on top that are listed by Turo and in general, might actually require you to have commercial insurance. And this was very hard to do because personal insurance is one thing, but to locating a commercial insurance provider that will cover you and that makes sense for you is kind of difficult. I've done many videos on how to actually locate commercial insurance, but the reality of it is that it's hard to do. Not anymore, people. It's super simple because Turo is an amazing trailblazer in the industry, and what they've done essentially is they've created their own off-app insurance. Let me click into it and show you affordable insurance options, and it's super competitive, very easy to get and acquire. You go right here. I'm gonna leave this link in the description below as well. I'm gonna do another video in regards to Turo insurance. This is get off trip car insurance. So you know how you have your car on the Turo platform and you get Turo insurance? Now you can actually get an insurance product coined specifically for your business at a competitive rate, pretty efficiently and easy, just like this. Look at this, people. This is real. I'm gonna leave this link in the description below as well. Don't pay for full personal policy for vehicles that you only use on Turo. This affordable car insurance covers your vehicle when they're not on a trip and are being used for business purposes, like driving to the car wash or mechanic. Driving for personal use isn't covered. So, but the cool thing about this is how you get approved for these loans. Is a lot of times, if they require your personal insurance, then you're good to go, right? But just in case they ask for commercial insurance, that usually declines. So you can have perfect 800 credit score, 740, whatever the case is, really high credit, and still get denied because you just don't have the proper insurance, and it's hard to find. Not anymore, people. Now this is the stipulation. You must have 3+ vehicles listed on Turo to qualify. So again, this is for people that really want to grow. And again, if you have less than 3 vehicles, what you want to do essentially at that point is you still want to go through your own banking institutions, contact the loan providers that Turo listed. And the cool thing, if you're only getting 1 car, 2 cars, typically that can suffice to just have a personal policy. But when you start getting into 3 vehicles or higher, most banking institutions see that as a commercial business, and you'll want commercial insurance. And this is where this comes into play. So if you have less than 3, actually that's good for you because then you can just qualify for a personal car loan pretty much. But as you want to start getting 3 cars, 10 cars, 20, 100 cars, you want to build a mega fleet, you need commercial insurance, and this is how you do it. Super easy, super competitive. As it states right here, affordable premiums, monthly coverage starts at $89 per vehicle for liability and damage insurance, and $56 per vehicle for liability coverage only. Do you know what that means? You know how wonderful that is? $89 for full coverage, people. $56 for liability only, meaning there's it's just liability only. So for less than $100 per month, you can get full coverage on your vehicle, people. Absolutely phenomenal. And you get a 10% renewal discount if your vehicle is booked over 60% of the time. There's an extra stipulation in there. So it's really great. As I mentioned, easy to get a quote. And that's about it, people. So I'm gonna do another video about this. I just want to share how to help yourself get approved, because a lot of hosts get denied and their application gets declined because they don't have commercial insurance, because it's so hard to locate, and sometimes it's just not even cost effective. Sometimes it's super expensive. But anyways, I digress. How would my credit score be impacted if I apply to multiple lenders? I've done many videos on this, but Turo states it right here in their own article that I left in the description below. How will my credit score be impacted? According to Experian, shopping for car loans within a 14-day period will only be counted as one inquiry when calculating your credit score. Boom. What does it say? Let's run that back again. According to Experian, which is the major credit bureau, shopping for car loans within a 14-day period will only be counted as one inquiry when calculating your credit score. Let's click into here. How do all loan inquiries impact credit scores? All this I left in the description, so don't take my word for it. I like leaving proof. It's absolutely phenomenal. It just goes into detail about the time period may vary from one credit scoring system to another, as I mentioned earlier in the video. But shopping for rates within a 14-day period will ensure inquiries are counted as only one for scoring purposes or excluded entirely by some scoring systems. Bam. Amazing. That just want to show you guys that. So anyways, let's go here. What documents do I need for my application or for your application? You'll need to supply your driver's license, okay, Turo earnings, okay, tax returns, profit and loss statements, bank statements, and proof of commercial car insurance, which I already showed you how to do and get you. But again, even if you have less than 3 cars, most bank institutions don't require commercial car insurance, but just in case they do, you can go through Turo. And the cool thing about it, like I said before, even if you get declined at one bank institution, learn to actually ask them, call them. Even though they say Turo Par host, I call them. A lot of these bank institutions will actually work with you if you have bank statements, if you could show that you're profitable. And even if you're not, if you're just a new Turo host starting off and everything, it doesn't hurt to try anyway. You just saw the Experian Credit Bureau stating specifically that it'll just count as one inquiry. That won't really hurt you. But again, I'm not your tax person. I'm not your credit advisor. Don't take my word for it. Do your own due diligence. I left the links below. Check it out for yourself. What's a track lease? I've done many videos over this, but let's get into it. A track terminal rental adjustment clause. Lease is a specialized lease used primarily for vehicles that allows adjustments to its terms. With a track lease, a business owner like a Turo host can acquire a vehicle for a fixed length of time with the option to purchase, bam, for an agreed on price at the end of the lease. While the lease is active, the payments, term, length, and residuals can be adjusted. Pretty phenomenal. That just means that you can actually end up getting in at a certain rate and decreasing it and paying less. And you also can buy out the lease as well and purchase the vehicle if you like. And if you don't want it, voila, you're done. Can vehicles that I'm co-hosting for another host count toward the required minimum number of vehicles? No. No, only vehicles that are in your name or business name count towards the requirement. So what this means essentially is that the cars that you are adding to the Turo platform must be vehicles that are in your name solely or business name. What some people have done is they'll if they have vehicles and they have, say, connections with people who have large amounts of cars, or they're like working as like a liaison, they sometimes will add their name at the DMV, and that's the way to qualify. So if, for example, you have these cars that aren't in your name, and you say you have 0 cars, right, and you need 3 cars minimum to qualify for this. Let's say that's the rule, but you have three cars you have access to. Maybe it's your mom's car, maybe it's your dad's car, maybe it's your brother's car, maybe it's a business car. If they allow you to, you can actually get the car in your name, add yourself to the registration, and voila, you're done, right? That's a workaround right there. It's a little bit of a loophole, a little secret I want to give you, a par host tactic. But some people do that, and they don't necessarily own the car, but they are on the registration, which is important because it's the same thing, essentially. It's like a lease. You don't essentially own the car. You're leasing the car. It's just a long-term rental, but your name's as the registered owner. Doesn't mean you actually own the car. You're on the registration, though. Just a little quick tip. But anyways, that's pretty much about that. But let's go into the application part. So let's go to American First Credit Union. Again, I'm not going to go through the whole application, but I'm just going to show you what it looks like. Voila. This is an actual credit union that is totally gun-ho over going with Turo. And Like, look at that. They have a whole web page dedicated. This is a credit. You have to rethink about this. This is a credit union that actually has a Turo dedicated page with their branding right there, people. How much sweeter can it get than that? This gentleman right here is ready to make some money. Grow your vehicle portfolio, as it states right here. Competitive rates. They really want us Turo hosts, especially par hosts, and even Turos, again, I call them. It's catered towards par hosts, but you can possibly be approved. You just have to have all your ducks in a row. Hassle-free online applications, affordable monthly payments, competitive interest rates, 3 or more vehicles. I told you the secret around that. If you have 3 vehicles or more, no problem. If you don't have 3 vehicles, still call them, see if there's a way they can work around. But again, you can always go to another banking institution or another credit union in your area, etc. But again, always call them if you have less than 3 vehicles. And if you know people who have vehicles, you can add yourself to the registration, and that will qualify you. You don't have to actually own the car. You just be the registered owners. As it states, 3 or more vehicles. If you host 3 or more vehicles on Turo, click the button below, start your business loan application, and become a member of America First Credit Union. Voila. Bam, that's it. And you go in here, you just fill out all this information, da-da-da-da-da-da. That's about it, people. So again, if it's in your business name or personal name, it's totally fine. But minimum 3 vehicles, but again, still call them if you have less than 3 vehicles. That's as it states down here, again, can vehicles that I'm co-hosting for another host count toward the required minimum number of vehicles? But again, if you're hosting for another host and you have a contract with them, a host, a family member, a car that's not in your name, as long as it's in your name, as I said, no, only vehicles that are in your name or business name count towards the requirement. So if you're already co-hosting for them, you can ask the host, hey, can I, if you're managing for them, can I add my name to the registration? If they say yes, you just qualify people. Super hack. People do this all the time. Give you a par host hack. But anyways, next, Westlake Fleet. Special financing for Turo hosts. We've done plenty of videos over this. Look at the beautiful Cybertruck right there. Grow your fleet with a line of credit from Westlake Fleet. Super simple. How it works, as I stated before, it is up to $1 million. As it states right there. See, you need LLC, S corp, sole proprietorship. So even if you don't have a traditional LLC or S corp, which is just a C corp is elected as S corp, or sole proprietorship, you can actually get this. The finance terms up to $1 million. And here it goes, the requirements. And again, I left all this information below. You go to apply now. Turo program interest form introduction. Westlake Fleet is offering lines of credit to Turo hosts like yourself to help you grow your business and grow your fleet of vehicles. To get started, please fill out the form below. And Westlake First employee will get back to you within 48 hours. And that's actually business hours. Just want to make that very clear. So if you do it on Friday, they're not going to get back to you till about Tuesday. Could be earlier than that, but Tuesday. Just want to say it's business days. They didn't really mention that there, but it's business days. And again, I did call them, so I verified that. Let me click out here now, people. And last but not least, United Leasing and Finance. And again, even though these are 3 that Turo's offering, I've done many videos on multiple financers that are outside the scope of these 3 that will give you loans, and even if you only have 1 vehicle or no vehicles. Pretty cool. Grow your business with flexible financing solutions, empowering hosts to scale their business on Turo. Welcome Turo hosts. Are you ready to expand your car sharing business on Turo? United Leasing and Finance, a trusted name in vehicle financing, has partnered with Turo to offer exclusive financing solutions tailored for Turo hosts. With our combined expertise, we aim to support your entrepreneurial journey and help scale your business seamlessly. Great. Yeah, it just goes to see streamlined process, dedicated support. They want it. They want this business. So you go here, apply now. Voila. Credit application. You put your legal business name, DBA, etc., EIN number, and a revenue, etc. And again, very important. Just want to make sure y'all didn't miss this. Just go back down here. Remember it states here, 50 plus vehicles now. So if you're a Turo host and you have 50 plus vehicles now, comma, previously, so in the past, maybe you have less than 50, maybe you have 39 vehicles, right? Maybe you have 20 vehicles, but you have 50 plus at one time. You still qualify. Or, this is the caveat, this is huge, soak this in, or 6 months from now. So if you have 0 cars even, I called and asked this, 0 cars or 1 car or more, and say in your plans, you have an actual business plan that you can send them, show proof of how you're going to get this done. and you want to build a 50 car fleet within 6 months, you could still be approved for this even if you have 0 cars, people. You just need a business plan in it. Maybe you're a management company that's already managing multiple cars. They're just not in your name. And you have experience, right? So maybe you don't have any cars in your name, but you're like, I want to have my own fleet. Look, I'm already managing these other co-hosting these other hosts and managing their cars for them. That's the one strategy. Another strategy is that, hey, here's my business plan, here's my finances, here's what I have in the bank, and my goal is to have 50 cars. It's really per person and everything. One person might be approved, one person might be declined. Anyways, that's how you do it. Up to $10 million of financing that's for you. Start applying if this is what you want to do. If you do it within the 14 days, as Turo specifically stipulated, it counts as one inquiry, so it doesn't really ding your credit. So anyways, like, subscribe, share. Welcome to Turo Parho Studies, aka Lane Turo University. Ciao.